Hi James, I live in Australia. I am planning a second round of Ultimate Fibre. I've taken it back in May, but I was not able to finish the whole course. I think I was only able to do it for 6 weeks. I have a couple of questions. I would like to take serrapeptase as I have stage 4 endometriosis, and I believe that that will help clear the scar tissue. Can you suggest a good brand and also how to take it? Can I start straight away? Yeah, great question, Monica. I love that you're planning on taking the serrapeptase for the endometriosis. I've had previous clients with endometriosis that you may have seen on videos and stuff. And obviously, we get them on the Qenda Ultimate Fibre, 67 tubs of that over 3 to 4 months. And then, with regards to the serrapeptase, you want any enzymes or probiotics, you want to be starting them a month after initially doing the Qenda. So the first month, you don't do any enzymes, you don't do any probiotics, and then after a month, that's when you can introduce the enzymes and probiotics. And obviously, serrapeptase is an enzyme. So at the 1 month stage, after doing the first week of just the morning serving and then doing 2 scoops twice a day for the next 3 weeks to take you to the end of the month, then start the serrapeptase. That's what I recommend. And the brand that I like for serrapeptase was Good Health Naturally. I know over here in the UK, the serrapeptase actually got banned for human consumption, but I know that in other places like the US, it's not banned over there. The reason why I believe it's banned is because I know that it's actually used in the medical system to help flush out arteries and stuff like that. So I think it's been classed as a medicine now. The brand that I use personally is Good Health Naturally. I think they're the best people that do serrapeptase. I'm pretty sure you can get that over in Australia because I've had previous clients that I believe have used it. So Good Health Naturally, that is the brand. And if they don't have serrapeptase available, if it's anything like the laws have changed in the UK, what I do, I use Serrapet. It's still the exact same serrapeptase enzyme, but it's actually it's made for animals. Exactly the same. It just says Serrapet on it rather than serrapeptase. Um, so yeah, that's the brand that I like to use, serrapeptase. And when using serrapeptase, I like to use the 250,000 IU, so the 250,000 international units of serrapeptase. That is amazing for eating away at scar tissue. After all the motorbike crashes I've had and actually having ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, I've used the serrapeptase to help me numerous times. Like you see this big scar I have on my stomach here. Oh, if I can move my screen down. I've got this big scar on my stomach here where they cut me open after a motorbike crash. Um, and they took all my intestines out, checked them all for leaks because I had Crohn's on my record, and then put them all back in. After they did that, all my intestines that had been touched and handled by the doctors all turned to scar tissue, and I actually ended up with really bad constipation and blockages. I needed to go back into hospital. I was like throwing up and everything. And the doctors told me then that they was like, you're going to have more surgery because when we touch the intestines, it scars it up. The good news is I just used Qenda and serrapeptase, and it's like the scar tissue's gone away. Like as you probably know, like when you've got scar tissue, it can be painful, but it can also be like a numb-like feeling at the same time. And I've used serrapeptase and Qenda, to reduce the scar tissue down and stop me having further operations. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing stuff for scar tissue, and I've previously used it for people with endometriosis. So yeah, Good Health Naturally is the brand that you want to use for the serrapeptase. Oh, and you said how can I take it? Obviously, like I said, start after doing a month of Qenda, then start the serrapeptase, and you want to have the serrapeptase on an empty stomach. You don't want to have the serrapeptase with food because if you have it with food, the point of serrapeptase, it goes into the body and eats away at any dead stuff. Um, I'm just mindful of the time. So if excuse me, I've just realised what time it is. I'm gonna have to go in a second. So with the serrapeptase, it eats away any dead stuff in the body. So if you have it on an empty stomach, then it can eat away at scar tissues or any build up inside the arteries and stuff. Um, Ideally, you want to, like, if you're having the Qenda, wake up, have the Qenda in the morning, and then have the serrapeptase between your breakfast and your lunch. Have it in the middle of the day when you're not having Qenda, basically, and then you can, when you have an empty stomach, and then you can also have it on an empty stomach before you go to bed at night.